Hey, so in my last video, I was talking about returning to the sense of certainty after interrupting periods of rumination or frustrating attempts to solve the problem in your mind on your own, and how you can stop that by just telling yourself firmly that a way will be made and then moving on with your mental day. I wanted to talk about generating the sense of certainty. I know there's a video somewhere on this channel about this. I don't know. It's getting to the point where there's so many videos here that most new people are probably never going to make it to the old stuff. So I think it makes sense to talk about this stuff again, especially important stuff like this. You need to know what you feel like when you're certain about something. So you need to actually become aware of how you're, like, what is a sensation in your body when you're certain about something, when you're certain that something will happen, or when you know something. This is really important. And the easiest way that I can think of to do this is to think about something you know. Think about how firmly and obviously you know, say, the floor plan to the place you live. You know exactly how to get to the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen. You could probably imagine yourself doing those things very easily. You can probably imagine your house. If you close your eyes right now, you can probably imagine the place you live and almost feel as though you're there right now because it's so familiar. It's like the back of your hand, right? So if you think about, do I know how to walk from the front door to the bedroom? How do you feel about that? Imagine walking from the front door to the bedroom and imagine doing that later today or right now, if that's where you are right now. Can you do that? Are you able to do that? Okay, what's the sensation in your body right now when you think about doing that and you think about whether you're able to do that? That's all you need to understand is that feeling. Of course I can do that. Imagine yourself doing it. Is there any doubt that you could do that? Is there any doubt that you know that? Is there any doubt in your mind that you could pick out photos of the inside of your house out of a lineup? You should feel an absolute sense of certainty about that. And there are obviously a billion examples of things that you are absolutely certain about, that you feel absolutely confident about. Think about those things and start to memorize that feeling. For some people who don't pay attention to this or haven't paid attention to this, I pay attention to this all the time. So for me, it's incredibly easy to feel what I'm feeling right now. Like I can just easily feel, I can sense that there is a feeling in my body where you might just, I don't know, not be aware of that or something like that. There should be something perceptible, a sensation, even if the sensation is something you think you're imagining, if that makes sense. There's some aspect of the way you feel, I wish there was a better word, because it's more than think and it's not about emotions. There's something about the way that, there's something about the vibe that you have around you or in you or whatever. That probably doesn't appeal to anybody either, but there's a feeling about you, a sense about you when you know that you know something. And that sense, I think, seems to be rational, but isn't. It's beyond that. And so if you can memorize that feeling, you can sort of slap it onto other things that you're not sure about. You can introduce deliberately that sense of certainty onto something that you're very uncertain about. Now, it doesn't matter if it lasts for like 1 second and then you go right back to feeling uncertain about it. This is a practice. It's especially when you're first introducing yourself to the ideas. It's a practice. But I think for a lot of people, it's not very difficult to get good at this. You just, you can in your mind still be uncertain about the thing. And you can know that you're not certain about the thing for real, but start introducing the idea that you're uncertain about to the feeling of being certain. And that produces, over time, pretty crazy results, because the better you get at this and the more you see that it works, the easier it becomes, like anything else. And that, I saw somebody type on some post at some point that they copy and paste feelings. That was like the perfect way to put it for me. It's like, it's just like slapping a feeling you have about something else onto another thing, and allowing that sort of energetic vibe to shift you. And my theory has always been on this channel and forever that much of what happens comes through you in ways you just can't quite understand, whether it's your energy in a way that we don't understand how energy works yet, or whether it's subconscious mannerisms or actions that you take without really thinking that they're any big deal, that come from a shifted mental state, that actually produce the results a lot of the time, or a large quantity of the results. Maybe you need a little hand here and there from, some unseen force. But a lot of the time it's just you. And so when you start to introduce a feeling of certainty into uncertain areas of your life, it's kind of just like the mundane way of becoming more confident about things. It's kind of like practicing being a more confident person, except, you're coming at it from the mentality of manifesting. So it's a different angle, and it's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. The results are very similar to somebody who simply approaches everything in life very confidently. Somebody who approaches life with an I can do it type of personality. I've made videos about that here before. That's how I approach my life. And so those two things together, if you're like, becoming a conventionally more successful person, the conventional way, plus you add in this faith and belief in something beyond what we currently know also being possible, manifestation, all that stuff. When these things come together, you can pretty much do anything. You can pretty much do anything. And if you can't do something, then you know that there's some little blob of something that needs to be worked out, and then you just apply your confidence and you're manifesting to that thing, and it gets worked out. It's nothing is excluded from the ability to manifest it or unravel it or whatever. You can experience whatever you want. That I'm certain of. So I'm really thinking about it in terms of copying and pasting. And if you're not a very confident person, traditionally speaking, if you're a timid person, or somebody who doesn't see themselves as very successful, or somebody who thinks of themselves as a loser, if you ask yourself, am I a winner or a loser, which answer comes to mind immediately? If it's not winner, hopefully you can move towards that, changing that. If you're somebody who thinks of yourself as kind of a loser, this is something you can absolutely practice, because there are lots and lots of things that you do successfully every single day. Maybe it's not something that you've placed a lot of meaning on. Maybe it's not something you think of as a big accomplishment, but you can absolutely have an intention to go accomplish a task, and you do it. Like, I'm going to go take a shower, and you go successfully take a shower. So there are things that you are confident in your ability to do, and getting that feeling generated and then starting to apply it to other things is magic. It works so well. And it kind of changes your whole vibe, which changes everything. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Have a great day.